What's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Sicat Kickboxing Club. And today, guys, I'm going to be showing you variations of the head kick. As always, guys, like this video, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel. I also do a podcast with martial artists, from hobbyist practitioners to pros. You can get great information value out of that if you're a practitioner yourself. I'll click the show links down below. I also have an email list. You can sign up for that to build a strong kickboxing community. And with that, you get a free video to secrets on how to improve faster in kickboxing. Okay, and also if you like the gear that I use, the gloves that I use on my videos, I click those. I have an Amazon link. I would never recommend anything that I personally wouldn't use, or tell you to buy something that I would never use. Okay, so anyways, with the head kick, guys, I'm kind of iffy on the head kick. I think with the head kick, personally for me, I need a good setup for it, and I just don't throw it naked. And what I mean by naked, it's a term we use in fighting, is that it's either naked or dry. I know, it's weird. But that's the term we use when we throw a kick alone. Now, I know in Muay Thai, it's very, very prevalent to throw kicks because you score the most points, and kickboxing as well. But like sports like MMA, it's hard just to throw like a head kick, because you're vulnerable. They can literally grab you and then just take you down. And meaning, again, if you're gonna throw a naked and dry head kick, that just means you're gonna throw a kick by itself, right? So you're not following up with anything. You're just kind of here, and then you're just gonna throw a head kick out of nowhere. All right. Number one, it puts you. I'm kind of against it. Because, and again, never say never, but depending on the fight situation, but when you throw a head kick, it puts you in a vulnerable spot. And I'm gonna show you why on this video, okay? So I never like to throw head kicks in particular. I'll throw body kicks all day by itself, but with head kicks, I never like to throw it just by itself, meaning naked or dry, okay? So let's get started with just throwing the head kick by itself, so I can just demonstrate how to do a head kick first, all right? Now, there's a few schools and thoughts in this, and this is just my personal way of doing head kicks, okay? And it was taught to me by my MMA coach in San Diego, shout out Mark. But over here, if you're a shorter guy like me, or if you're shorter than your opponent is, this one, I'm gonna show it first because it really puts you in an off balance and vulnerable spot, like I was mentioning, okay? But sometimes it's necessary to do if you could read your opponent properly. So I'll show you what I mean. If I'm standing here, I'm gonna throw it naked. When I throw a head kick, I'm going to throw it like a Muay Thai kick, right? When you're stepping to the side angle, right here, where I step to the side angle, and then throw it and turn my body all the way over. Now, the only difference is with that, since I know I'm gonna be in a vulnerable state because I'm going up higher with my hips and my legs. And like I mentioned, being a shorter fighter, I have to lean a little bit, okay? Especially if they're significantly taller than me. Maybe if they're 4 or 5 inches on me, maybe if they're like only 2 or 3 inches taller than me, I may lean. And I'm not just doing this for demonstration purposes, okay? I'm not telling you to do this in like a fight or anything. You have to gauge the fight moment to moment, all right? So from over here, what I mean by lean, I'll do it on the bag, so I have something to catch me here. When I lean, I'm literally going to lean my body backwards, okay? Like this, all right? Like if you notice, I'll just shadow it over here. Look, if I'm going here, you can literally see my body going way off balanced over here, all right? That's one of them. The reason being is to reach, especially if you're not that flexible, is to reach your opponent, like for you to reach your opponent's head with your ankle, feet, or shin, right? Especially if you're not that flexible. So I'll show you one more time. Over here, if we're shadowing, I'm going to step and my body is literally going to go like horizontal, okay? You see that? It's going way this way, all right? That's literally, I mean, you'll probably figure this out yourself, but it's just so uncomfortable just to throw it by itself, all right? Now, I know, you know, if you've been fighting for a while or if you're a, you know, seasoned veteran or experienced fighter, like, you know that. But a lot of people, they just like to go in for the head kick thinking that they're gonna surprise the opponent because it's not usually done. And again, I'd recommend you, which I'll show you later on in the video, to throw something before the actual head kick, okay? So here we go. I'll show you the first one again. I'm going to lean, okay? Lean. I'm going to do a full thigh kick, turning my body over, but I'm gonna know that I'm not gonna like fully commit to turning over because it puts me in a vulnerable spot. So here we go. Lean, and then you're going over there, okay? I'll do it again. Lean, like that. So again, guys, I've went over the regular kicks and other kicks on other videos, so watch that if you need a refresher. But you're gonna step a little bit, and then all you're really doing when you're going up for the kick is you're leaning your body to get more of a distance going up to actually reach your opponent's head, okay? I'll do it on this move, I'll do it on the bag. So here, do it slow. I'm going to lean. You see that? I'm literally leaning over. I'm going to step here. Look, step here. I'm going to lean, turn my body over, right? Get that distance. You see that? Now, the great thing is you can get a lot of distance from it, but I have to keep saying again, you're just very, very vulnerable. I mean, your body's leaned over, you're kind of, you know, all over the place. I mean, you know, with technique, for sure, you got good technique. It's just you're vulnerable for a lot of sweeps. And after, if you happen to miss, then you're really, really vulnerable because it's gonna take you some time for your body to get back to balance. Now, another way I like to do this, it's going to be a little bit, you know, on the unorthodox side, but you see it a lot, especially in mixed martial arts, right? And even in kickboxing now too, it's prevalent. It's more of a, I would call it a non-committed head kick, right? It's kind of like throwing a kick, but you're not throwing to land it to knock someone out. You're just throwing to hit them, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. It's less of a lean, but more of, I guess you can say like a tight Taekwondo snap kick, okay? And this one, I actually prefer to use this one. Actually, I use this one more because I could use it as a feint, meaning I can use it to fake someone out, or I can use it to make someone freeze or just make someone react, okay? So I'll show you here. Over here, guys, with this head kick, I'm not going to turn my body all the way over like I did on that one, right? Because for there, it's kind of like I'm going for a knockout almost. Like I'm going to actually hit the head kick, hence that's why I don't like the first version too much, okay? But it's always good to have those in your toolbox. That's why I'm teaching it. But over here, okay, I'm kind of gonna do the same thing. You know, with every kick, it's kind of the same steps, you know, in the beginning. So I'm gonna step first, but here's the kicker. I'm not going to lean my body as much, and I'm not going to turn over as much, okay? Okay, I'm gonna show you those steps first. So what I mean is that compared to the first one, look. You see that? I'm not turned all the way over. Like my butt isn't facing fully to you, okay? Look, it's more of a going up kick instead of a turning over kick, okay? You see? Now, personally doing this kick, right, I feel less vulnerable, okay? Part of the reason why is because I'm not, like I said, I'm not turned all the way over, and the obvious reason why is that I'm not leaned all the way over. So my body is not, you know, in this vulnerable spot. over here, I could still see my opponent and I still have somewhat of a good balance. Like when you're attacking someone, it usually means you're off balance, but in some sort of way, I feel more control with this kick, okay? So again, look, I'm just gonna come up, not turn my hip all the way over, and coming up, right? And of course, guys, you need to rep this out, and be careful because of injuries and stuff like that, but you need to rep this out so that you have it in your body extremities. Now, I know that if you're just first starting off, it's not gonna be there. Like your hips are gonna be tight, you're not gonna kick as high, but of course, repetition is king and eventually you'll get it. So the next step I wanna throw into that kick that a lot of people don't see because everything's going so fast is that, look, the reason why I say it's more of a snap, like taekwondo kind of kick, is my full leg isn't just going straight, okay? And what I mean by that is that, look, on the bottom here, it's not just straight. Look, it's doing this motion. Watch my knee here on the bottom of the camera. It's going to, look, do that. You see that? This motion, like that, right? I'm using my ligaments to get this to move, to kick this way, if that makes any sense. With a regular Muay Thai kick, look, right? It's straight, right? Your whole leg is trying to hit the opponent. With this one, it's just this part and I'm snapping a little bit. You see that? Okay. I'll show you what I mean here. When I snap this leg, look, this leg is doing this motion. You see that? It's more of like a karate. For me, it's hard to explain. It's more of a karate or like a taekwondo kick. Because a full Muay Thai kick, your whole leg is going, right? Look, with a Muay Thai kick, right? Your whole leg is coming to them. With this, it's more of a snap and come back, right? A snap and come back. So look, I'll break it down into steps. I'll come here, I'll lift the leg, and look, you see this? You see this leg right here? This joint of my knee, like a fulcrum, it'll move to them. Now, it's not as powerful, but you're less committed, meaning you're less at risk for vulnerability, right? Like you're less vulnerable, okay? Meaning that you're not so off balance that you can get back faster, all right? So again, here, I'm gonna do the steps, 10 steps, but the only difference is, or the difference is that I'm not gonna turn all the way over, I'm not gonna lean back, and I'm gonna use that snap to land the kick, all right? Look, you see that? And then it's a lot quicker for me to get back in my stance if I'm just gonna throw that kick naked, all right? Again, look, I'm gonna step, not turn my hip all the way over, not lean back too much, but look, and snap my, do this motion, right? This kind of like me, if someone was hitting me with a hammer, it's like a reflex reaction. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. You see that? And then I could get back into my stance. It's a little bit of an awkward kick. Again, like a taekwondo karate kick, but it's very, very effective, right? It's not as powerful as that when you're using your whole leg to turn it over, but you have to take the risk and the reward. You have to think about the risk and the reward, okay? So I'll do it on the bag now. So over here with the second kick, look, I'll do it slow first without the lean. You see that? I'm using this, again, this motion here to get the kick off, right? Over here. It's not the full leg, it's the boop, right? This knee bends a little bit and then it comes out, okay? So again, okay, you see that? Sometimes it goes quick, so it's hard to see this motion, but that's pretty much what I'm doing at the end of my kicks. And I love this kick. It's the most effective way I land head kicks, okay? Again, I'll do it 40%. Okay, again, not leaning over too much. One more time. I'm just going up, not going overturning my hip, but I'm just coming up and then snapping. You see, you could hear it on the bag. Still impactful, not as powerful, but I'll take the not as powerful into not being into such a vulnerable state, all right? And so I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the quick setup, just like my last video, it's gonna be quick. Like anything else, I like to set it up. At first, as far as basics, I like to set everything up with a basic hook because it makes people plant. And it's a good way for you to recognize that what happens when you throw a hook, it makes people stand there and freeze. So you're able to plan your next attack, right? Because technically they become a human punching bag, right? When you have them planted on their foot. So you could land the leg kick, you could land, just like my last video, the elbow, the up elbow, and even it's no different, even a head kick. So I'll show you what I mean. And you could land this, you can do this now with both kicks, right? Since you're setting it up first, again, you're setting it up so that your opponent reacts and then he's not able to like counter you. He's actually occupied into defending, all right? So here's a simple setup. I'm gonna throw the hook and then I'm gonna go in for kick. I'll show you both variations. So look, I'm gonna throw the hook and then I'm gonna lean on the first one, right? See, it gets off balance a little bit. So I'm gonna throw the hook. See, I'm leaning towards all the way to get the most power out of it. I'll show you the second one, my recommended one, okay? I'll throw the hook here, look. And then coming back. Not turned all the way over, snapping a little bit, and then coming right back, okay? I'll show you that one just because it's my most preferred. Again, set them up with the hook, make them freeze, then come back. Again, then come back. You see that? All right, guys, those are the two variations of the head kick that I personally like to use. Remember, I don't like to throw it up naked or dry, which means I just like to throw something before that to keep your opponent blocking, occupied, and freezed up. And then once they are, you could set them up to be vulnerable for a head kick. Till next time, guys, thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you got value out of it, and see you on the next one.